Hello everyone, welcome back to Manaswept Island, but where am I? I'm right here! This armor is cool. I do have my mic on, right? Yes I do, good. I keep checking my mic ever since I had a little recording incident where I accidentally forgot to turn it back on after doing some montage sequencing for my Agrarian Skies series. Anyway, Terraria has updated to 1.2.4, and that's mainly what this video is going to be about. I'm not exactly getting back into the Manaswept Island series. I'm still kind of just hopping onto my world about once a week for half an hour doing some random things, and I'm just doing a very slow grind kind of thing. But anyway, we now have our Shrewd Mask, so maybe I could get on to trying the next boss. Maybe. Not moving puts you stealth, increasing range ability, and reducing chance for enemies to target you. And if you look over here, all my range stuff is boosted. If I start walking around, my Pulsebow drops, and so does my Gatling Gator. But so long as I'm not moving, I have a significant bonus to my range attack. Such a huge bonus that my bow that I bought off a merchant a while ago is actually stronger than my Savage Terrorblade. And it doesn't even have any buffs to it. It's just amazing. Alright, I'm gonna try to reforge this quick. See if I can afford it with just what's in my pocket. Not even close. That's fine. Can I reforge these at all? No, can't. So this Pulsebow that I bought is actually pretty dang cool. When you fire it, the arrow bounces around. So if you miss, you have a chance of hitting your target again. I wonder how fast you could shoot this thing. That seems fast enough. Oh, you can actually hold it down. Oh wait, the Terrorblade. Could you hold it down before? Because I don't remember being able to just hold it. Maybe I could and I just never did. Ah well. So, other thing that I've done is I've upgraded the party girl room. So it now looks like there's a disco going on constantly here. I missed a wall block. How did I do that? Oh well. Other things that I have kind of changed in the past couple days. I moved my potion farm. I need to get some jungle grass seeds. I think I'll have to go to the jungle to get them again because I have not gotten any yet down here. But I've taken everything and I've moved it up into the sky. And I'm planning on getting some clouds put in around the bottom. And this door is not really placed the best. I should probably get a platform right here so I can just hang the rope down, have a platform for me to stand on so I can open the door properly. But I now have a much smaller farm than I did before, which it suits me just fine because I don't really need to be getting huge amounts of potion ingredients. I have plenty of money, so having excess potion ingredients to sell just is a bit more of a hassle than anything. And you might be curious why I have snow up here. Well, that's because if you look right here, there is a tiny seed that is slowly growing. I don't know how long it'll take to actually grow because this is a new plant that you can make potions out of. In fact, we will go over the changelog in just a moment. First, I want to go down here and grab a few items from this chest. Grasshoppers, worms, and butterflies. And you might be curious, why does it say bait power next to them? Well, that is because we now can go fishing, and we can catch fish. Fish other than the mobs that attack you when you're in water. In fact, I can actually create a better fishing rod than what I currently have. Right now I have just a wooden one, which is kind of crap. I can actually take this demonite and make a fishing rod out of that, I believe. Yep. Fisher of Souls. 20% fishing power. And there are significantly better fishing rods that you can get. Let's put the rest of this demonite away. And we'll go fishing. I think I'll just put this old rod in here. Yeah, wooden fishing rod, it's kind of like getting the old rod in Pokemon that can really only catch you Magikarp. And let's see, let's just break this open here. So if you take the fishing rod and you just click like this, you just sit here and you go fishing. Now I don't know if it used up any bait yet. Oh, there we go. Hey, I caught a bass. Awesome. And a bass is a material. Ooh. Right, I did have a traveling merchant here earlier. They kind of died shortly after showing up, and I guess that when they die, they drop their hat. Kind of interesting. Alright, now that we have this fish, let's head up here and talk to Garrett. And your fish can be used for making meals, like this fish in particular, used to make just cooked fish. And all it requires is a furnace. So, doot. And boom, got cooked fish. Numb. So, what all has been added besides these few things? Well, I have the changelog open, so I'm just gonna actually read off that for a bit. Let's see, features and mechanics. You can now get new quests from the Angler NPC for cool rewards, which I have to go find him. Apparently you find him in the ocean biomes, either laying on the beach or floating in the water. Each time you complete a quest, the rewards progressively get better. So there's now kind of a quest thing that you can do. I'm gonna guess all about catching different types of fish. You can now use critters as bait for fishing, which you just saw. I had a couple critters that I turned into fishing bait. You can now ride around in style on the new minecart system. That is something that I'm really curious about, and it's got me thinking maybe I should make a sky rail so I can travel around my world a little bit faster. Because one of the things that they actually fixed in the update, remember how in the last episode I was on my hoverboard and I just flew like this all the way across the map? Now they fixed it. They fixed the exploit and made it harder to travel. But they gave you a new way to travel, so I guess that's fair. Still, curse them. Anyway, beaches no longer feel so empty. I think that might just be an increased spawn rate, because last time I went to the beach there were about 3 times as much creatures spawning when I was in the water. I had 2 sharks spawn, one after another, which I haven't had happen during this entire Let's Play. Anyway, truffle worms now spawn in hard mode mushroom biomes. Be wary using this bait near the ocean. Sounds kind of ominous, huh? I will actually reveal that as a spoiler at the end. I do have one of those truffles, but I think I just used it up. No, it's still in my chest. It's down below. Here, I'll go show it to you quick. The truffle worm looks like a worm just covered in blue mushroom stuff, so just so you know what it looks like. And kind of funny, it's got 666% bait power. You can also use these glowing snails as bait, by the way. So that's pretty cool. And I've increased the size of my farm. I don't know if this is actually deep enough to get truffle worms to spawn. I'm not too worried about it yet. Let's head back up, just so we are not in any area where mobs can spawn if night falls. You can now place weapons and tools on the craftable weapon rack. Added smart cursor. This can be toggled using control and has an interface option. Smart cursor makes digging, chopping, placing, and breaking much faster and easier. I don't know what that is. It's in the menu here in the settings. No idea what it does. So yeah. You can now craft stone letters and numbers in the heavy workbench. Those are actually just statues. So if you had a goal of collecting every statue in the game, there are now let's see, was it 26 letters in the alphabet? I kind of forgot. No, it's gotta be 24, right? I'm gonna say at least 34 more statues for you to craft yourself. So good luck finding space for those. Lizard power cells drop more commonly from enemies in the temple. Rain is now red during a blood moon, so that's a very nice aesthetic effect, and I have witnessed that already. Updated gem spark tiles to make the inner border complete. I don't know what a gem spark tile is. I'm going to have to actually check that out sometime. You can now place coins to create coin piles, so if you really want to, you can make yourself a treasury. Which, honestly, is a really cool idea. And people totally should be doing it. I like how it makes the coins out when you're actually breaking it. So that's cool. Added several new underground cave wall graphics. So when you're underground, it's not going to look so bland, I guess. It'll look more interesting when you're digging around. Replace grass graphics for when they are surrounded. Don't know what that means. Grass is now killed when a player covers it in solid tiles. So if you're one of those people that get annoyed by having a grass layer underneath the house you just built, that's gone now. Moss backgrounds have been updated with new textures. I don't think I have any more area that's got moss background because it's all turned to crimson. You can now find shark statues in World Gen. They spawn sharks when there's enough space, so that's pretty cool. It is now much more likely that you will spawn on a flat, clean surface when creating a new world, so you don't have to try to chop down a whole bunch of hills to get a flat area for spawn, to build a spawn house. Added some World Gen cleanup to remove small segments of floating blocks. Worms now spawn when breaking rock and dirt piles. Grasshoppers can now be found when you cut grass. Rainbow bricks and rainbow walls now go through the entire spectrum, which you can just kind of see while it's going on right here. Hives are now more common, and the Abeemination no longer requires obsidian, crisp honey, or a demon altar to be crafted. And 1 second, have to scroll the page down. See, next section, there's some pixel piracy crossover content, which is pretty cool. There is the Falcon Blade. You can get pirate minions. I don't know how you get those. You can place sail as a wall, which is sold by the pirate NPC. Sold for free, by the way. See? No cost. And I actually have a sail up down between some trees just because I thought it looked kind of cool. Like it's a hammock. You can get a pixel piracy painting that you can place. And the Gingerbeard vanity item. I'm guessing a couple of these might be dropped during the pirate invasions. There are now 22 new potions you can craft from fishing and or silverthorn related materials. So 22 new potions. That's quite a bit. And a couple of potions that I know off the top of my head, there is a life force potion, which will give you a temporary increase to your maximum life. I think once you have your entire life bar filled up with the extra hearts, the total increase will bring you up to about 600 life points for the duration of the potion. There's also a calm potion, which is the exact opposite of a battle potion. So if you want to reduce the amount of mobs that are spawning during a blood moon, you can drink that and there will be less mobs. If you just want to have less mobs around completely so you can focus on building, it's a great item for that. Speaking of building, there's also a builder's potion, which increases your tile placement speed and placement range. So very cool. There are now 5 new mounts to help you traverse the terrain. I don't know if there were mounts before, but it sounds pretty cool to have mounts that you can ride around. There are several new pets, including the Mini Minotaur, with a thank you to Tobuscus. If you don't know what Mini Minotaur is, I guess you don't know who Tobuscus is. You can now craft couches out of silk and material. Dressers and pianos have all been given custom graphics. You can now craft grandfather clocks out of more materials. Over 100 new furniture items have been added to complete old furniture types. Trees in the ice biome now drop boreal wood, which you can craft furniture out of. Queen Bee, King Slime, and the Pirate Invasion now have larger loot tables, so I'm guessing they will drop more loot items, or maybe the items that they dropped before have a higher rate of dropping? I don't know what that means really. There are 6 new summoner weapons, and 2 new summoner armors. So that's pretty cool. The only summoner type stuff that I know of off the top of my head that's currently in Terraria is things like the pygmy staff. And there's pygmy armor, which increases the amount of pygmies you can summon. So I'm guessing the other 2 summoner armor sets also increase the amount of summons you can get. Maybe one's a little bit more generic. Maybe they are focused like the pygmy armor. I wonder what the other new summoner weapons are. They sound pretty useful. You can now craft Molotov cocktails out of silk, ale, and a torch. So if you just want to kind of throw grenades around that will set everything on fire, you got your option. The underworld and dungeons have more furniture from New World creation. You can now craft Gemspark walls. I'm kind of curious. Would Gemspark be like made out of the gems? Multicolored stained glass, red stained glass. Oh! Gemspark block! Hi, you can! That's cool. I'm gonna craft one of these just to see what it's like. And so you guys can see it. So I'm guessing every gem has a Gemspark material. Doodads, blocks. Do I have any solid glass? No. I got sand on me though, so do I have enough to actually make this? I do not. So you need 20. Alright, let's just head off to grab some and we'll grab some sand and we'll be right back. I'm definitely going to invest in getting a minecart system. Because this, while faster, is a little annoying to deal with. Oh, come on. Where'd you come from? I can just make regular glass out of this stuff, right? Let's get rid of acorns. There we go. And Gemspark blocks. Alright. So those are pretty nice looking. Huh. They look kind of cool. Alright, so next thing on the list. You can now craft tin plating tiles and walls. You can now craft confetti tiles and walls. You can now craft midnight confetti tiles and walls. You can now craft waterfall tiles. I'm kind of curious how you do that, because that sounds kind of cool. Let's see, you can now craft lava fall tiles. Living fire blocks now drop from enemies in hard mode hell. Updated glass wall item sprite. Added fireworks box. Wireable and placeable, you can also use it by right clicking. Added firework fountain. And both of those I know you can get from the party girl. There's the firework fountain and the firework box. I don't have enough money to grab that one. Unless I go down and grab some, of course, but I don't feel like it. Let's just take a look at this firework fountain. Okay. That's cool. I wonder if it just stays on completely or if it will... Ah, there it goes. And you can re-click it again, so it's kind of cool. You can keep turning it on after it goes out. I like that. So if you really wanted to, you can hook this thing up to a wire system and just have fireworks just going off and on. And it changes colors each time, doesn't it? No? Am I imagining things? We'll do it one more time. Ah, it did change colors. Okay, so other than that, there's underground crimson music that's been added. Wiring systems run at least 3 times faster, longer wire systems get larger gains, and multiplayer performance has been improved. So, other than that, there's been a ton of bug fixes, and I'm kind of curious if I should... Let's go to the beach. And... I don't really want to summon this boss right now. Okay, so the spoiler is that there's been a new boss added to the game that is the toughest boss that you will have ever fought. In Terraria, at the very least. And the way you summon it is you go to the ocean and you use the blue truffle worm. And I think it's recommended that you have at least 2 because there's a chance that the line will snap. But what happens is you summon this new boss. Let me look up the name quick. That's right, that's what his name was. Duke Fishron. Which is a big fish that its attack pattern is that it lunges at you 5 times and then uses one of 2 different range attacks. One attack shoots like 20 homing bubbles, which you can break with a weapon attack of some sort. The other attack is a Sharknado. Which summons a tornado that shoots flying sharks at you. It's just ridiculous. Now, the 2 different bosses that you encounter before Duke Fishron in order would be the Pumpkin Moon bosses, which I think the max life of the final boss in the Pumpkin Moon waves is got a life point count of 24,000 or something like that. Then there's the Frost Moon one, which the last boss... What's the last boss of the Pumpkin Moon? I think it's the Pumpkin. And the Frost Moon boss is the Ice Queen, which has like 32,000 life. Duke Fishron has 50,000 life. It's a pretty big jump, so I can definitely say it's probably recommended that you take on the Pumpkin and the Ice Queen to the point where you can beat them somewhat steadily, and then use the items that you get from those to be able to take on Duke Fishron. So it sounds pretty amazing to have to deal with. I worry about it. I wonder if I keep on adding sail, will it do a pirate type design? Why do you have a Oh, that's why I have a sparkle above your head. Okay. So I think that's pretty much going to be it for this video. It's not really a Let's Play video so much as... well, anything really. Nope, don't move so fast. Don't move so fast. Dang it. There we go. So yeah, it just looks like it just makes sails, which is fine. It's kind of like a hammock, just way up here. So, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy and enjoy the content of the update. I will definitely consider playing this a little bit more and set up an area for me to actually try taking on the Pumpkin Moon at the very least. After all, I have plenty of cool weapons. Very powerful range damage. You know, if I drink an Archer Potion, I wonder how much this will do. I'm going to do that quick, just to see. Because I can get an Archery Potion pretty easily. Okay, so Pulsebow, 124. Drink the potion, 148. But that is pretty powerful. Of course, when I'm moving around, like I probably will be during the fight, it's not exactly that great. One thing I'm going to have to do, by the way, while I've been gathering the chlorophyte ore needed to make the shroomite armor, I've come across like 4 or 5 different Plantera bulbs, so I'm gonna have to do some grinding with Plantera and see if I can get the upgraded version of the Gatligator. So I could really use that. So that'll be it for this video. Sorry that I didn't really do much actual Let's Play stuff. But all of this was kind of important for me to talk about because it is kind of getting me back into the game a bit again. Dang, didn't get seeds. I forget how you get deathweed seeds. I could really use some. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave, guys. I will see you in the next episode, whenever that may be, hopefully soon. Take care, guys, and goodbye. I'll break this later.